So what I really like about this old train trestle or train track that I'm riding on, it goes all the way to the back of the property. It's probably several feet deep, all the way back as far as straight rock. So it's great to nice driveway to get me all the way in the back. Own about 80,000 square feet here in the front. Everything to a lot of it to the left and about 20 yards to the right. A little horse farm over there, which is super awesome. Horses are so fun. And they've got really nice personality, so it's always nice. Sometimes I'll sit out here and just watch the horses play. Um, don't get too close to them; they're not mine, so I don't want to spook them. But as you can see, the previous owner's done some improvements here, and which are pretty nice. The roads are better. I can get back into the woods. This actually used to be an old railroad system. Not sure which railroad it was, but it could have been Seaboard Airline, was it Virginia Railway, Norfolk and Western Railroad, Atlantic Coastline, one of those. I believe it was abandoned back in 1980, but when it was being used, it would go into downtown Suffolk, and there was a illegal still to the left here, and they would stop, pick up the liquor. Sometimes you pick up a passenger or two and go into downtown Suffolk. I love me some history, so I'm going to get out here with a metal detector. I'm sure someone else has already, but I'm going to see what I can find. Tons of bottles, old bottles, stuff like that. And as you can see, the gravel's all the way down. It's a train track, so it's not going anywhere. And as we get further down, it's taller and taller, and I can avoid some of the real marshy areas, which again hold ducks. Seen a lot of ducks down here, otters, things like that. Wasp nests. There's some cool wasp nests. I like anything natural, wild. I really like. Stay away from the wasp nest, but it's cool to watch them go in and out. So far, I put some game cams out here, and there's deer, there's turkey, there's bears. I finally got a fox and a coyote out here. Big coyote, so who knows? But those are all at night, so I'm not too worried about it. Bugs, not so bad, at least during the day. I mean, there's obviously horse flies and deer flies, a little bit of mosquitoes, but nothing too bad during the day. I mean, obviously there's going to be some, but I can't complain. So there's about 80,000 square feet of farmland. There's about 10 acres of as you can see, there's the deer flies, of solid land, and then there's about 30 acres of marsh slash water throughout the property, and we'll get into the water down the road. But as you can see, there's plenty of different trees here. We've got pine trees, we've got black walnuts, we've got some elms, dogwoods mixed in here, a little bit of everything. There's the right of way that the city's got for the old power line that's down buried in here. There's a nice climbing tree. I always hunt with a climber. So, and we've seen some nice bucks out here. Most of the bucks are at night, but there's 3 or 4 does that traverse this area pretty regularly. And again, bears are all over the place. At the end of this is where we've got some water, and there's otters down there. I've seen some owls. Really beautiful area. Super excited. In the front of the property, the previous owner already put in probably 20 fruit trees. Now they're not put in exactly properly and they're half dead, but I'm going to put in some more apple trees, peach trees, things that I can eat, but also bring in some wildlife. Bears like pears, stuff like that. So we're gonna put some more in out front, along with some clover and a few other things to really attract more wildlife. So you can see to the left, we're starting to get into the marshy part. It's about 6 inches at best, maybe foot deep of land and water. Finally getting some deer flies. They do hurt when they bite, but again, not too bad for being in the Dismal Swamp. Essentially, what this is. but still plenty of growth everywhere. Got to watch out for chiggers. There's definitely some chiggers back down here. The taller the grass, the worse. So I'm always wearing long pants, long sleeves, especially during the summertime when that stuff is the most active. Tons of snakes, as you might imagine. There's definitely some canebrake rattlers. There's water moccasins, black rat snakes. I leave them alone. They leave me alone, but definitely something I'm always cognizant of. And what you're seeing here are some targets from the previous owner, maybe the neighbors. What I don't like about this is there is no backstop, so I can shoot past those targets and unfortunately hit something on the other side of that water, not knowing who's down there. So I'm going to be moving those to another part of the property because I do like to shoot, but there's too much of an issue with someone else being downrange. This area is what was left of the railroad tracks as we were coming in. Looks like the farmer or the previous landowner was making trails and whatnot through here and really clearing a lot of the underbrush, which was nice of them. But I'm going to let that stuff get taken back over by nature. But it is making for a nice walk, and it's a 90-degree day out, and it's really cool under this thick tree cover, which is nice as we're getting closer and closer to some more water down here on the other side of the property. The pawpaw tree and fruit, which is one of my favorites, grows really well in the Dismal Swamp. This is part of the Dismal. I'm going to be planting, I believe, a kind of a pawpaw orchard underneath the shade / sunlight right here. It's kind of a mixture as you get in some of these open spots, but yeah, definitely going to be putting some pawpaws down in this section and maybe even plant some ginseng. Another thing that really excited me about this property, it's a mixture of water here. As you can see, this is not very deep. Got all kinds of algae and bugs and stuff in here, frogs. Turkeys really like to eat frogs. I don't know if people knew that, but a lot of turkeys down here. But I love wild duck. Totally different than the farm-raised duck you get at Walmart or something. So there's hopefully a lot of ducks down here. I know the Dismal Swamp, I've seen a lot of wood ducks. Real pretty, good eating. I like mergansers as well. A lot of people don't like the wild duck because it's kind of greasy. Some people think it's gamey. I'm a big fan of grease. Fat, grease, butter, you name it, anything that's really bad for me, I like. So hopefully I'll get down here in the wintertime and knock out some ducks as well. But really, any type of food source I'm looking for. I've got orchards out in the fields. I've got deer, bear, ducks, you name it, anything I want to eat. Completely self-sufficient down here, and plenty of water for the farm. Really excited. Yeah, this reminds me of that commercial, that Jeep commercial where guys inheriting, they're all sitting there in front of a lawyer, each person of the family getting the will read, and the guy gets 30 acres of swampland, and they're all laughing at him, and he's just smiling ear to ear. And then Boom, you see the Jeep running through the swamp. This is a little piece of heaven, if you ask me. You know, I call it my fortress of solitude. It's just living, breathing a piece of land, which is freaking awesome. Yeah, right here on the edge, we're seeing deer and bear tracks coming in and out of the water. So that's very promising. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys and gals. This is a lot of raw land, and over the course of the next year, we're gonna be developing this into some form of farm slash campground slash hunting location. Should be pretty interesting. I like to build stuff. Not the greatest carpenter, but still like to do it. But again, like and subscribe. It's going to be an interesting year for sure. Now this is going to take me, as I keep following this around, right to the train tracks. This is coming around to the other side, so yeah, look at all that right there. More deer tracks. All right, so that's all the land. Did bring down my old canoe, and we're going to take a peek at the moisture, the water. Pretty sure that side is not mine. Pretty sure. The map is not exact, and I need to get all the GPS coordinates to get out here and really map it out. But cornfield or soybean field, cotton, probably about 100 yards up, I think. So basically, what I'm hoping is that when they run dogs, and in Suffolk they run dogs, is that they're pushing them back or through. And from what I understand, there's a lot of bears here. I'm seeing fish jump all over the place right here. This is pretty cool. I saw an otter coming up here the other day. Something splashing around over there. A few wood ducks, nothing too major, but there has been some activity. And of course there's plenty of chiggers, so as I'm walking through here, I'm always wearing long pants and long sleeves, everything else. It's not too hot. You know, the trees are pretty cool. Most of the time I've been here, there's been a pretty good breeze. Now there are lots of snakes, so when I'm out here I do make a lot of noise and a lot of activity. I don't want to surprise them, and I don't want them surprising me. All right. Woo. All right. We are in Lake Flint, just in case there's a lot of mosquitoes. Got my mosquito mask. All right, well, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode where we actually research out this 30 acres of water. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.